In this episode of The Truth About the Supernatural, we will be looking at the vampire. We will take a look into their lives and look at some never seen before footage. There have been many legends about vampires in the past, and in this documentary we will be looking at what is true and what are myths about these elusive creatures. We are here at Cardonald, where we have found a small pack of these vampires. Here is Edward, a new vampire into this pack. It looks like Edward's trying to jump from branch to branch. Oh well, it looks like he's learned the hard way. As you can see, vampires have supernatural speed. They are 8 times faster than the average human. This enables them to capture their prey and escape from their predators. Even though the vampire is an extremely successful hunter-gatherer, it isn't the top of the food chain. The vampire's natural predator is the Slayers. This is a group of superhumans who have dedicated their lives to defeating the vampires. Slayers consist of Ozzy Osbourne, Buffy and Blade. We will now actually speak to one of these vampires for a deeper insight into their lives.
So tell me a bit about yourself. Are you really allergic to sunlight?
Hello there, yes, it is true. We are allergic to sunlight, but do not die from it. Neither do we sparkle like those Cullens. The sunlight burns our skin, but is not life-threatening but very painful. To avoid this, we spray on Factor 50 sun cream every hour to stop us from burning.
Contemporary bigamy, and I tend to prey on young gentlemen from a nightclub in Glasgow called Polo. They all seem to be attracted to me, and you know, to be honest, I can't really be held to blame because it's their own fault. You know, they follow me home, and you know what happens. You know, I must go now. I've been following a woman around for a few weeks now, and I'm starting to get the feeling it's time to plead.
The fact that the people think that they live in abandoned castles and graveyards is false. The vampire much prefers to be out in the open where it can climb trees and scout its prey. Unlike popular belief, vampires can't actually fly. This is a myth. Vampires, however, can jump further than
I'm hunting that
humans.
guy tonight. I'll see you tomorrow around 10, mate. Bye Dracula. Bye.
Unlike many stereotypes, many vampires are actually quite modernised, and some are even quite eccentric. There's a myth about these vampires and werewolves that they don't get on. However, after a recent alliance with the famous vampire family, the Cullens, and the infamous werewolf pack, the Blacks, they became equal. The most effective way to kill a vampire is a stake through the heart by tearing their head off and burning them. This ends our episode of The Truth About the Supernatural. We have seen how these fantastic creatures really are, and hopefully we will continue to learn about their secretive ways. We will now have a look behind the scenes of this filming. Some vampires struggled to cope with the concept of eating human food, as we can see here. This leads to the vampires getting aggravated, and led to the cameraman being attacked.
No!
The natural habitat for these vampires seems to be the forest and in hidden corners. Natural selection has provided many vampires with strong, healthy bodies, and some, well, not so much. Getting the vampires to interact with the cameras was very difficult because they just stood about sulking a lot of the time. I hope these behind the scenes insights showed you all just how dangerous vampires are. If you see one in the street, make sure that you avoid them at all costs. Thanks for watching. Next week we'll be looking at the life of mermaids and finding out about how real they are, or are they just simply a myth.